Well, I thought for a moment I would be a masked marvel, but I'm not. Good morning, Holy Comforter. To understand why I love this church community, you need a little backstory. I have 70 years experience in the Episcopal Church, not all of them good years. Often I felt like an outcast, or at least an unwelcome guest. Remember the good old days of all-male altar parties? As a result, I spent a lot of time in the wilderness with the monastics of the Egyptian desert communities and with the medieval mystics. I do recommend their company. I found an Episcopal church on the University of Illinois campus. On my first visit, I saw a big banner with Presiding Bishop Edmund Browning's words, "There are no outcasts, balm for a wounded soul." It was important to them to feed the hungry, care for the wounded and vulnerable, to keep the doors open at all times or all day so that a young man who spoke in tongues could come into the chapel to worship. Awesome. I moved to Georgia to be near the Order of St. Helena and hopefully try my vocation as a monastic solitary. Morning prayer, Eucharist, 6 days a week, and a little bit of community with the sisters, awesome. A supportive bishop, awesome. I came to Holy Comforter at the suggestion of my spiritual director. I walked up to the door and saw the welcome home sign. Welcome home. There are no outcasts. Beyond awesome. I felt welcomed. Y'all have been generously inviting and supportive and have made me feel an integral part of this congregational community. You wept with me when my dog died. You rejoiced with me when I got a new sleeping partner, Huey the Dude, who takes up 90% of my single bed. As an extreme 30 introvert, I don't easily join social activities. When I finally gathered the courage to come to a program, someone immediately met me at the door and said, "Come sit at our table." Now that I have been lurking among you for a while, observing word and action, I can tell you why I love you, why I stay, why I give, and how I see the face of God in all of you. Simply put, you believe the words of our baptismal covenant are not a rhetorical flourish, but a call to action. You believe there are no outcasts. You care for prisoners and captives through the Kairos program. You care about children and support those in the Martinez Elementary School. Psychologists will tell you that the unconditional love of even one person can save a child. My own life is evidence of that. You care about the hungry. In this pandemic, you have stepped up your game with regular food drives. As a child, I was on the receiving end of such generosity, so I know how important that is. You may not have known very many monastic solitaries, but you have been enthusiastic for me and supportive of me as I live into my call. You have provided a supportive environment for my spiritual and intellectual growth. You have made a home for me, and in God's good time, the physical hugging will resume. In the meantime, changing pronouns here, let us continue to be who we are. Amen.